Episode 3751, Don't Play Down, Play Up.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're ready for an extraordinary week because, yes, it's Mindset Monday and it's time for you to put your leadership hat on. It's time for you to lead your life well because God has got something in store for you. You have strengths that He has given you, talents that He wants you to use so you can go and impact the world that you touch. Don't play down, play up. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. So how was your weekend? It was a holiday weekend. Maybe you're still in the time off mode and you're like, Christiane, I'm on vacation in my mind. I get it, but it's time to come back down to earth. It's time to say, you know what? I have responsibilities, but I can live an extraordinary life. And I think a lot of us get stuck because the people around us don't have the same ideas, the same almost interruption in our life that says, you know what? God did make me unique, and I need to go out and use those gifts and talents to impact the world that I touch. And I'm not saying from the perspective of, oh, you got it all put together, because I'm telling you right now, I don't have it all put together. But I do believe that when you are surrounding yourself by choice or not, right? You could be standing in line and the people around you, I mean, have you ever felt that energy, that negative energy where people are just grumpy? And you're like, I get it that you're grumpy, but you don't have to be grumpy like around everybody else. Don't bring everybody else down, right? You want to build people up. Well, too often we get caught in the trap of responding to the world's expectations instead of leading with our own strengths, our own gifts, our own talents, what God has in store for us. It's a subtle yet costly mistake that can leave us feeling disconnected, frustrated, and even stuck playing a role that's beneath our true potential. What we're really supposed to be doing in our lives. No wonder so many of us feel like we're swimming upstream or chasing our tails. The script is flipped. We're not showing up as our best selves, right? We're not showing up as our best selfie. Instead, we're shrinking down to fit someone else's mold. Don't play down, my friend. Play up. I mean, think about this. What if you flipped the script? What if instead of reacting to external noise or fitting into others' expectations, you leaned into your unique strengths and played up to the level you know you can own? Think about that for a minute. Imagine the shift in your mindset. You acknowledge what you bring to the table. You recognize that you don't need to dumb it down, shrink your ambitions, or silence your big ideas just to fit in. Instead, you take bold action from the confident place of your own expertise, your own talents, and your own vision. And maybe it's not talking to your best friend because your best friend loves you, but your best friend doesn't really want you to go where you want to go, and not because they don't want you to succeed in the manner that you've been gifted and talented in, but they don't want to lose you as a friend. A lot of people just do things for selfish reasons. But why should we shrink when we're really made to expand? Think about this. How would your attitude change if you had that shift in mindset? You'd step into every room with what? More confidence, knowing you belong there, not just tolerated, but prized. People looking up to you saying, she's got it. I don't know what it is, but she's got the it factor. You'd communicate with clarity because you value what you have to say instead of fearing judgment or rejection. How many times have you held your tongue? Not because you don't know the answer, not because you don't want to interject something that would be meaningful in the conversation. No, you hold back because of the fear of judgment. Or wait, what are they going to say about me? I know. I hear those whispers too in my voice. Oh, wait, not my voice, in my head, but it sounds like my voice. You'd attract opportunities aligned with your true abilities, not settling for the crumbs because you don't believe you deserve more. When you change your thoughts, when you decide to raise your own standards, you change your attitude. And with your attitude upgraded, your actions follow new rules. Whoop, whoop. That means you raise the roof, not for anybody else, but for yourself. Maybe it's time to follow new rules. That is your kiss to keep it simple strategy. Follow new rules. Who says you have to play down to anybody? It's time to play up. Yes, I was watching Wimbledon. Oh, and I was watching baseball too. We went to I don't know how they term it. I think it's a AAA league. So it's just like kind of like the minors that would go into the majors. I believe, I'm not a good baseball girl, so please do not quote me on that. And if it's wrong, I apologize now. But hear me out. We're watching this game, and actually we went on the 4th of July. And it was great. It was fun. It was exciting. And guess what? They were going to have fireworks afterwards. Well, yeah. Why not go for the fireworks? Yeah, I didn't go for the game. I went for the fireworks. I enjoy baseball, but only if it's like the World Series or it's a local team that I follow or I know somebody who's playing in it. And most of the time it's someone who's playing in it, like my grandson or my child, right? And right now my kids aren't playing baseball. They're too old. They're like, yeah, Mom, I'm already past that stage. I get it. But now we have grandbabies. So we get to live through them and watch them and get them to explore all the neat things out there in all sports. But anyway, so we went to this baseball game. And the local team that we're rooting on, well, all I can say is we got 1 run in 9 innings. Yep. Oh, it was such an exciting game. And you wonder why I don't like baseball. Because, well, for me, it's a little boring. But that's all right. We can still follow new rules. Here's the lesson, though, that I learned as I was sitting there watching. These guys were in it to win it. They weren't going to play down to their standards. In fact, the team who won, they had a coming to Jesus moment on the mound. And they called everybody in on the 9th inning. Right? They're up there, they're pitching and all of this, and they're already going to win. Like, we need 7 runs just to tie the daggum thing or something like that. It was around that, or 6 runs to tie it. Doesn't matter the score. What matters is we lost, but we didn't lose. Actually, no, we learned a lesson. Well, at least I learned a lesson where I can share with you. So here's the thing. The visiting team has that coming to Jesus moment on the mound, and they all gathered together. And I even leaned over to my youngest son, and I said, which he's not that young, right? He just turned the big 2-1. So I leaned over to him. I said, why are they having a meeting? And he looked at me and kind of shrugged his shoulders. I was like, they're already winning. And that's when it was, wait, you don't play down. Just because the other team is losing doesn't mean you don't play up to your skills and level. Because how is their ceiling going to rise if they don't keep pushing themselves, right? You got to follow new rules. So what does it look like to play to your level and not down to somebody else's? Number 1, own your expertise, loud and proud. And I'm not saying being a jerk. No, you can be kind. You can be humble. You don't have to be one of those, right? You don't have to say, oh, look at me. But you can stand up for who you are. You don't need to shrink back. So stop apologizing for your knowledge or watering down your message. Maybe you're a coach, a creator, a consultant. Maybe you're out there in the corporate world. Maybe you're, yes, an incredible stay-at-home mom. I didn't say just a mom. You're an incredible stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer. What is it for you? The moment you own your unique insights without hesitation, you create magnetic authority. Did you hear me? All of a sudden, people are like, they're attracted to you. Why? Because you're magnetic. You are in your zone of genius. So speak your truth with conviction, even if it feels bold or uncomfortable. Remember, clarity cuts through noise faster than vague humility. Now, that doesn't mean that you're arrogant. I did not say that. But you do know who you are. And that speaks volumes. And that's when you create magnetic authority. And it's contagious. So be contagious in your own right.